Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here at my next Boruto Manga chapter review. This one's going to be for Chapter 6, Loser. And yeah, there's not a lot to say about it because obviously we're still in the adaptation of the Boruto movie, but we're more or less getting towards the end. I think they could finish it up next time out with Chapter 7, but it's probably a bit, it's expecting too much for them to finish it up with just one chapter left when I think there's still a decent amount of fighting. They'll probably do some sort of a cliffhanger thing, and they'll probably, I think, also want to have a strong ending to the adaptation in addition to potentially using that as a setup for whatever the next arc is. So there's some stuff that's not making me have too much hope that next month's chapter is going to be the one where we go back, where we get new stuff again. But that said, this chapter itself was, I thought it was pretty good. As I've said in all of these, I think it's been a decent adaptation of the movie. It's just, why are you doing this early on? As I think explained pretty in depth last week, I do think it is just to give this artist a chance to just have some chapters where it's stuff people already know, but it's a chance for him to basically just do a lot of art, get it out there, and just improve as time goes on. And 7, 8, chapter 9 or whatever, when we get to the new stuff, he'll have enough under his belt that he'll be able to really consistently deliver the new stuff, and it won't be a problem anymore. People will be used to his art and be eager to see new stuff again. So I think that's what they're going for here. That said, this chapter again was pretty cool. We got to see Naruto block the big attack, with the big reveal being that he could have, if he wanted to, basically countered that attack with one of his own, blown it away, but in the process blown up everything around them. So what he had to do was just take a defensive kind of position, kind of absorb the attack himself so no one else got hurt, but it would basically wipe him out because he's taking a super crazy powerful attack himself. But it's one that highlights how kind of the role of the Hokage, that I suppose Boruto has been very focused on kind of powers and stuff like that, not really fully understanding like, why does my father have to be the Hokage? It's just about filling out paperwork, whereas in that moment he saw why it was necessary for, saw the greater role of the Hokage, that when it comes to these moments, that the Hokage will be the one who steps up and can protect everyone, and that's exactly what Naruto did. And Boruto seeing it that close up with just his father standing in front of him, giving him the look back that like, I'm protecting, this is what the Hokage does, and Sasuke understanding that and kind of pointing it out to Boruto, I thought was a really good scene. And then, you get the initial aftermath, finding out that Hinata went after them but was injured, but she's going to be okay. Boruto really not knowing what to do, just being very kind of upset with himself, kind of for relying on all this technology, and going into Naruto's room, putting on the jacket that he once threw away, and kind of realizing that like what he was doing up until then was so lame, and even though he thought he was real cool doing it. And Sasuke is finally like, I think you're beginning to get it, that you have to, we get the little flashback of like Boruto remembering like I think what Sasuke said to him before, like, remember not who Naruto is now, but like who he was before, and through that you will better understand that he kind of points out to him that right now you're sort of in a similar situation to Naruto, but it's not as bad as his. That right now you don't have your father. Naruto didn't have his either, but unlike him all those years ago, you still have your mother, your sister, and friends and stuff like that. Naruto had to do a lot of this stuff on his own, and now it's kind of our turn to kind of save him. So we get the kind of big moment of the rest of the Kage, the other 4 Kage coming in. They're going to help Naruto. Sasuke's going to go with them. Boruto's also going to go with them. He's wearing Naruto's jacket, he's wearing Sasuke's headband that's given to him, and you get the other, I suppose, nice emotional moment towards the end of the chapter where Hinata sees Boruto wearing that old jacket, wearing Sasuke's headband, and sees just how similar her son now looks to Naruto when he was much younger. And, kind of like the blend of him being trained by Sasuke plus having all these elements of Naruto. It's an emotional moment for her as like a mother, so that was a nice one. But her then having faith in him that, go out there and get dad back, basically. So yeah, solid enough one. I think there was a couple of pages where it just felt like you could have covered more ground. Like there was like I think 4 or 5 pages in a row where we just had like very little dialogue, just Boruto kind of wandering around, looking upset. Then he goes back to the room, puts the jacket on. You could have shortened that down. I think covered bit more ground. There's another scene like that, kind of more towards the kind of middle of the end of the chapter again, where that could have happened. So, it feels a little bit like they're kind of extending it out a little bit unnecessarily. That like reflecting on all of the chapters that we've had so far, you probably could have covered this whole story in like up to now, like 6 chapters. You probably could have covered everything if you had left out a couple of things in each chapter and finished it off here. If it does go on and it's chapter 7 and 8 that finish it up, again, I think they easily could have kind of cut it down to like at least 7, but we'll see where they go. I think the art continues to just get more and more consistent and improve. Of course, I still think only problems are some of the character designs. I don't think Hinata looks a massive amount like Hinata, though I am gradually getting used to that as well. But just, how he does the action, I think, has always been pretty good. And he's becoming much more consistent with getting the designs kind of accurate each panel, regardless of what the panel really is. So we'll see how he nails the kind of big kind of conclusion to this in the upcoming chapters. But really, there's not a lot to judge with the Boruto manga until more new content comes out. So, solid enough for this section of the story. As I said, I thought they nailed the Naruto-Boruto stuff at the start with Naruto protecting him. Sasuke-Boruto relationship has been pretty well showcased throughout these chapters as well. And then pretty nice emotional moment just kind of between the family, basically, like Hinata and Boruto towards the end. That was nice to see. But yeah, that's the review for chapter 6 of Boruto. So yeah, I'll just end by saying link to my Twitter and Tumblr are in the description if you want to follow me on social media. If you want to help support my channel so I can make more videos, better videos, link to my Patreon and also my PayPal donation link are in the description as well. But other than that, that's been the video. Thanks for watching and bye.